Welcome back to more of our favorite things, my recommendations for movies. So like my book recommendations, I narrowed it down to 3, which was insanely hard because I'm such a cinemaniac that like I watch so many movies and I love so many movies that it hurt me to narrow it down to 3. And actually it's funny because one of them is a whole series of movies squished into one box. So I'll start, my all-time favorite movie, this was not hard at all, is Predator. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm kind of curious when this was. I feel like it was 1982. 1980, whatever. I can't find it. So we'll say it was the early 80s anyway when this movie came out. And I remember watching this when I was a child. And this movie kind of like set the scale for monster movies and for like thriller, horror, and stuff like that. It really made me fall in love with the genre. And what I loved most about this movie was
1987.
1987. Okay, so it was late 80s then. Okay. So anyway, what it did for me as a child was it kind of opened my eyes to the whole genre and the cinematography that was put into it. When you look at it, it's such a simple movie. The base of the movie is just these ragtag Marines are stuck in the jungle and they think they're going in to fight humans, but there's really just this one monster, this one alien that's actually taking them out one by one. So it becomes a movie of survival, and it becomes a movie of like survival of the fittest, Darwinism and all that. So I'm probably looking way too far into it because when most people watch this movie, they just see it as an Arnold Schwarzenegger, let's shoot everything that moves movie. But the symbolism behind it is so deep and so amazing, and it's just such a pretty movie, and the Predator looked so cool. When I was a kid and he screamed, I was like, ah, that's so scary. And I watch it now, I'm like, wow, that's so cool. So yeah, my all-time favorite movie, Predator, Blu-ray, 3D, now. Moving on. Now this is the one that's gonna like, I'm cheating a little bit. The entirety of the Indiana Jones movies, I've got the box set here, but the Indy movies again were like, childhood was just like, wow, look at these cheesy B movies, these adventure movies with this super swoony young Harrison Ford, who looked very good back in the day, who is coming out in Star Wars now. Probably still look really good. Anyway. So yeah, the Indy movies, my favorite one is Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is the first one, but Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and Kingdom of Crystal Skull. They're all really good too, and it's just the adventure in them, it's the action, it's the stunts, everything. It's just, they're such good adventure movies, and they're so good for families to sit down and watch, because they're so cool. I'm just giving like puppy dog eyes to Hillary behind the camera right now because I love them so much. Yeah. These movies inspired so many other movies like National Treasure, starring Nicolas Cage. National Treasure, just any real like Tomb Raider, anything that was like artifacts that were going to do crazy stunts and stuff, and these movies inspired them. And they inspired me a lot as a child too to want to try to create stunts in movies and stuff, which I did a few little short movies that are buried deep in the internet right now that not even Hillary knows about, so that'll be fun. Maybe we'll go find those sometime. And I'm looking at starting a new project that I wrote a couple years ago too, and some of the stunts from these movies actually pay tribute to the ones that I'm going to be doing. So yeah, Indiana Jones, all 4 of them. And last but not least, it's a brand new, it's not even out of the plastic yet, because I had to buy it again because my other DVD broke, which sucked. But Super 8, directed by J.J. Abrams and produced by Steven Spielberg, so I mean those 2 names already mean it's going to be amazing. Basically what the plot behind Super 8 is it's these kids who come across a Super 8 camera, which was not an old camera, but like what they would have used back to film the old monster movies. Anyway, they find this camera and they start filming with this camera, and a monster comes because, I mean, it's Super 8. And it's the characters in this movie that make it so special. It's so character driven, and the fact that the cast is all kids, you have to realize that, I mean, acting is hard, but acting as kids is even harder because you can't take direction as well. Also, this was the first movie that made, what's her face? Dakota Fanning, is that her name? Little blonde girl?
Yeah?
Dakota Fanning?
I didn't know she was in that. I think that's her sister, Elle.
That's Elle Fanning, right?
Yeah, that's her younger sister.
Fanning. Okay, Elle Fanning, who was just in Maleficent, I believe. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So Elle Fanning, this was her first movie that made her big, and I mean, she's adorable. She does so well in it. And it's like one of those movies that is a scary movie, but it's covered up as kind of an adventure and like a coming-to-age movie, because it's not that scary, There are some jump scenes that would make Hillary jump because, as you could see from the video from a couple weeks ago. But it's still an amazing movie that's worth watching anytime, really. Watch it around Halloween, though, because it's amazing. And the year's most thrilling movie and an instant classic, it says. So, I mean, and coming from me. Awesome. I'll write it down there. So, there we go. Those are my top 3 movies. Close fourth or third or whatever. All the Star Wars movies, obviously, but I felt I cheated with the Indiana Jones movies, so the Star Wars movies couldn't be in here. But I love me some Star Wars. So there you go. There's my top 3 favorite movies. Thank you. And yeah, those were my top 3 favorite movies of all time. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Our links are down in the description. I think what I'll do is I'll link the trailers for the movies that I've talked about. I'll put the trailers down in the link, and I'll send Hillary the link and she'll put it in the description. She does all the dirty work. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Go watch these movies. They're all amazing. Comment on what your favorite movie is, and maybe I'll check it out if I haven't seen it yet. Because I don't have a life outside of movies and books and comic books and my girlfriend.
And university.
And work.
Cat.
My cat.
And doing this. And you don't have spare time, Michael.
Anyway, I'll watch your movie. So, yeah. See you next time. Later.